G'day everyone and welcome to Warhammer Meta Chasers. My name is Adam Camilleri. I'm joined by the mogul himself, Dustin Henshaw. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. We are also joined by the new addition to our team when Paul is away, the Pixel Paul, to represent him as he's doing the Lord's work of Warhammer at Adepticon.
Exactly right. And you can catch, I believe, round 4 coverage of Adepticon right now where him and Ascari are streaming. So go over and support that. Get some dual screen going because we're going to be breaking down Adepticon and all the stats there in some detail. And I'm actually I'm assisting those boys and I'm updating the stats round by round so they can continue to have the undefeateds all broken up, which we do have. Yes, yeah, I can't not. Yeah. It's a big problem. But anyway, we got 2 amazing events. Of course, like I just mentioned, Adepticon, which is a near 400-player slobber knocker of 9 rounds. It's going to be over in Milwaukee. And then also we've got this Sheffield GT, which is 200 and almost 300 players over in Sheffield, England. We're going to be breaking down both of those in great detail. And then we've got a juicy fuego, as we always do. We do this show live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 9:20.
9-ish.
Today, 9-ish. Yeah, I was too busy doing the stats to try to get a bit of extra info on Adepticon, so apologies if we were a little bit late. In that note, mate, let's just jump on over and go straight into it.
Do it.
So first up, we do have Adepticon. Oh, like I said, 376 players from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA. 9 freaking rounds. 4 of which will be today, 4 of which will be tomorrow, and then 1 laying at the end of the teams event. The 4-player teams event that's going to be happening. So yeah, catch all that coverage over on the Warhammer Twitch and YouTube channel. Mate, what are we going to see there? What's the meta?
So for the Imperial Faction, there are 3 Imperial agents, which are more agents than I've seen ever. That is absolutely crazy. 6 Sisters of Battle, 13 Custodes, 4 Admech, 20 Astra Militarum, 7 Grey Knights, and 14 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 32 Adeptus Astartes, 18 Dark Angels, 10 Space Wolves, 7 Blood Angels, 6 Black Templar, and 3 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 26 Chaos Space Marines, 11 T-Suns, 13 Death Guards, 16 World Eaters, 13 Emperor's Children, 12 Demons, and 15 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 28 Necrons, 14 Orcs, 21 Tau, 11 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 20 Tyranids, 4 Gs. They're going, wow, those Tyranid numbers are actually crazy. Eldari is 11 Drukhari with 14 Eldari in the faction podium. It is Adeptus Astartes topping it off with 32. Necrons right behind them with 28. Then Chaos Space Marines behind that with 26. No real surprise to the main podium, I don't think. But then Tau taking up 4th spot with 21. And Tyranids tying Astra Militarum in 5th spot with 20. That's pretty spicy.
So there's a lot of interesting nuance to this. Of course, Adepticon has a long history of having a bit less terrain on their tables. They are doing an amazing job, and I'd say their tables are just as good as anybody's at the moment. But they do have this quantity that people believe they're going to be rocking up and seeing a little bit less terrain on tables. And so to that end, you will usually see more knights, more Tau, more guard. You will see more of these gunline centric armies on these tables, people thinking they're going to have a little bit more of an edge at Adepticon than they would elsewhere. And like I said, if you've seen any of the tables from Adepticon or you're there yourself, you'll know that the tables are totally fine. They're perfectly up to competitive standard. But yeah, they do have this kind of story about the events that there's going to be a little bit less. So we do always expect to see more gun at Adepticon than we would see elsewhere in the meta. That has somewhat held up. And in addition, once we do a couple of the detachment breakdowns that I've done, you'll see people are pivoting more into resilience rather than MSU, especially when we do the Necrons one. Yeah. But does anything here surprise you apart from the Tau and the Nids?
Apart from those 2, those are the 2 that definitely surprised me. I think actually the Grey Knight numbers are a little higher than I expected to be honest.
Yeah, the Grey Knight was 7. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying it's a big number. I'm still saying it's still more than I expected, and they're doing well. They're doing well.
Yeah, it's actually low on the Custody side as well. It's only 13 Custodies versus 20 Astra Militarum.
If you're talking about like durability and a little bit of shooting, like that does seem like they fit both of those roles. So yeah, that number's a little low too. Same with Death Guard. Actually, I would kind of expect the Death Guard to have a bit of a spike here too.
Yeah, I would have expected it. But well, the interesting thing is that it's the Dark Angels is the second most taken Space Marine. Of course, we have nearly 10% of the meta being Adeptus Astartes.
Yeah, but Deathwing Knights, man.
Durable, exactly. You pivot to a bit more durable and a bit more gun rather than playing the all-out full ball frothing madmen that are the Blood Angels, Space Wolves, and at times the Templars. So that makes a lot of sense to me. Also, We do have good numbers for both Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights, 15 and 14 respectively, which is on the high side for the current metagame as well. And then, yeah, Orcs somehow still having 14, but, you know, it's Adepticon. There's going to be some absolute diehard people who refuse to play anything else. In saying that, we have one beautiful list from a gentleman named Ben Jones, who was one of the top-ranked players in the UK ITC last year. He's in the top 40 right now this year and probably looking to put up another strong score. He's playing Gene Stealer Cults, mate. I'm going to hand pass this one straight to you to unpack.
Oh, whoop. Yep, there it is.
There it is. I found
it. We got there. So, Brood Surge. Okay, so Biosec Brood Surge. He's got 3 Abominants with Predatory Instincts, Metagenic Regeneration. Must have points left over one of those. Biophagus Patriarch with the Biomorph adaptation. You do not take the Patriarch without that in this attachment. It's just so good. Reductus Saboteur, Sanctus, 5 Acolytes with a pistol for some CP regeneration. 3x5 Acolytes with Hand Flamers. 10 Neomorphs. What? They're Neophytes, Adam. What? You even watch the Alien.
Whatever.
3x5 Aberrants, 2 Rich Runners, 10 Metamorphs, and 10 5/5 Pierce Range G-Stealer. So he went to a very heavy MSU melee, which is what Biosec is very good at and what it excels in. You have a lot of pieces, a lot of good combat, and you can trade very efficiently. Very efficiently.
What are the enhancements?
Biomorph adaptation is +1 AP, +1 damage on your attacks, which
is very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
The metagenic regeneration is like the bearer regains D3 wounds every turn. It's a heal. It's a heal.
Yeah.
It's hit points. There was no other way. Predatory Instincts, I believe, is the infiltrate and free heroic for a unit.
That's the one I was trying to figure out which one it was. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah.
Only a single Reductus, only a single Biophagus. Do you only need one of the Biophagus? I usually think you need 2, but this was ages ago.
It depends on what you're bringing. Obviously, the Biophagus is going to be joining the 10 Metamorphs, making them get all the benefits of the attachment.
Yeah.
That's what he's there for. It depends on what the rest of your list has. Nothing else in this list needs it. So one is just fine.
And not a transport in sight as well, which I think is
that's a hot take.
Usually, sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, usually we'd see 2 trucks, right?
2 trucks, grinders to house like Acolytes or even like the Aberrants in there. Like the thing is, he opted for more bodies instead, which especially if you're talking about the Adepticon that it's known for, where more shooting lanes, firing lanes. Ironically, the trucks and the grinders are just much easier to kill in this meta right now. If they're the old, because we don't have big tanky things to put in our lists that will eat up fire and survive. We just die anyway. So it's better off to just negate these big guns. Even firing a big gun at an Aberrant, you might kill one, but they're also -1 to wound. It's not efficient. It's kind of a pain.
It's messy.
It's definitely messy,
And you're doing a lot of your damage arriving from reserve, yeah? So you're going to have one unit of bombs on the table, usually 2 in reserve, and usually you're trying to hit them early with the pure strains, be it whichever flavor makes the most sense to you. And then your second wave is going to be Aberrants and then maybe Metamorphs to finish.
Yep, absolutely. Like you're going to rapid 2 things for sure. Like turn 2 and 3, you're rapiding. There's no way you don't.
Yeah, well, it is a cool list nonetheless. We're going to skip back up to the stats for the undefeateds after 3 rounds of play. So I did the stats after the end of last round. Round 4 is underway literally right now. You can go and dual screen that in whichever mode that you please. But the undefeateds after 3 rounds of play sit as thus. 2 Sisters of Battle. Sorry, I should just do it from the top in the ordered, organized way. We sit at 8 Necrons, 6 Tau, 4 Imperial Knights, 4 Adeptus Astartes, 3 Blood Angels, 3 Chaos Space Marines, 3 Tyranids, 2 Sisters of Battle, 2 Adeptus Mechanicus, 2 Grey Knights, 2 Eldari, 2 World Eaters, and then singles for Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Templars, Death Watch, Thousand Suns, Death Guard, Empress Children, and Drakari. Anything spicy you see in there, brother?
Good number of Tyranids I like to see. Tau up there is not really any surprise with what we're talking about with the terrain, because they fit really well into this right now. Imperial Knights, same thing.
Yeah.
Blood Angels actually having a pretty high representation. Like that's a good percentage of their players that are undefeated, because there are not that many Blood Angels that are actually there. What was it? 7? That's almost half of them undefeated.
Almost
right
half.
Yeah, and
pretty impressive.
In shooting lanes, that's very impressive. That's like they are good. They are good.
Well, so that's the thing, right? The perception is there's going to be a lot of shooting lanes, but the reality is there's not going to be that many.
Yeah,
it's actually, exactly. And there might be one more than you'd see on a standard, G-dub table.
Well, let's call it what really should be called out here. There's 2 great knights up here that are undefeated after 3
I know. Look at those sweethearts. Look at those champions.
That's also very impressive. I'm curious to see what their lists are like right now, but that's great. Yeah, so, can't be that different, right?
The biggest the biggest percentile carry-ons so far would be the Sisters and the Admech. The 2 that had the lowest representation, but the highest carryover. We had 6 Sisters, only 4 Admech. So half the Admech has made it through 3 rounds undefeated, which is kind of amazing.
Well, the Admech have a very good game into this right now. Like they're just strong, and they keep getting stronger now. Like just incrementally with all the new stuff they've been getting. It's they're sneaking back into top tier if they're not there already.
Yeah, they really are. They're putting up some amazing numbers and doing very impressive things. Anyway, we have 2 detachment breakdowns to bring to you for your viewing pleasure. First of which is the Necrons. Let's bring that bad boy up.
Better.
This one is interesting in the fact that because there is this perception of a lot of more shooting lanes, I believe that has caused the Necrons to pivot much more heavily into Awakened Dynasty. So of the 28 Necron players in attendance, 13 of them are Awakened Dynasty, 8 of which are Star Shatter, 2 Pantheon of Woe, 2 Coast Legion, 1 Obeisance Phalanx, 1 Hypercrypt, and 1 Canoptic Court. What do you think of this, brother?
This is what I expected the detachments to swap to after the nerf to Pantheon. Pantheon was already, we talked about it before. I don't think it was good. It was just we wanted to bring Satans, just makes it better, sure. Now with the heavy nerf with the points increases and everything, this is exactly where I expected people to pivot with the Awakened Dynasty, then the Star Shatter. Maybe switching those 2, though I do think Awakened is still better. And then just a couple heroes still trying out other stuff because they got bored. I love seeing the Cursed Legion. I want to see more Cursed Legion because I still think that one's really good.
It's wild to say. I am not sure, outside Pantheon, and this is my personal preference, that there is a properly bad Necron detachment.
No,
I think they're all playable.
Yeah,
some are better than others. In my opinion, Awakened Dynasty is the best. Absolutely the best.
100%.
I can fully agree that Necron players are freaking done with that. And what is so interesting is that Necron players got bored of their index detachment equivalent, but Space Marine players don't. Space Marine players just play Gladius and pseudo Gladius in Blade.
Again, don't even. You can't call it anything but it's just another Gladius. It literally is. If you call it anything else, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
Yeah. And that's because I believe in the inherent flexibility of those detachments, which makes them feel like they play differently game by game because you call your doctrines at different times and do different things. Whereas Awakened Dynasty is like, I push forward unkillable brick. Did you kill it? No. Res unit.
Did you kill this character? Forward. Okay, well, he comes back.
Yeah. There he comes back. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. Yeah. So yeah, Star Shatter being less than Awakened Dynasty. I've been expecting this for quite some time. I do believe it is the way forward, especially seeing as you can take double Catan, a fully fledged, fully supported a warrior unit, and a fully fledged, fully supported Wraith unit. Yep. And that's just a good freaking army.
That could be the beginning of any single detachment, to be honest. Like it literally could. And I mean, the 2 Satans of favor right now are Nightbringer and the Deceiver, right? Those are the 2 people.
Yeah, absolutely right. All right, moving on to the next one I decided to break down, which was the Chaos Space Marines. Remember what I said about shooting? Remember what I said about people thinking shooting might be better at this one than not?
Packbound?
Packbound is number 1. So of the... How many have taken attendance? 26 in total. 10 have taken Packbound Zealots, which is the shooting detachment of choice right now. 6 have taken Renegade Raiders, which of course is the trading army variant of choice. 4 are Huron's Marauders, which is way less than I thought.
Yeah, that's actually really low.
Then we have singles for Fellhammer Siege Host, Chaos Cults, Nightmare Hunt, Renegade Warband, and Veterans of the Long War, and 1 unknown. And when I say unknown, I mean unknown. What? Like there is nothing identifiable about this guy's list that could tell me what detachment he's in.
And it's not listed.
It is not listed. He has only special characters apart from 1 a Terminator Sorcerer who has no enhancements to indicate which detachment he's in, and just Chaos Space Marine good stuff. I was livid. I was goddamn furious, mate.
That's hilarious.
I was like, you one SOB are going to ruin my stats. So shut up. You're in there as unknown. I wish I had the temerity to put his name in there too. So I'm not doing that to him.
I love that he's done this. I kind of want to do this at any event that we cover that I'm at now. I just guess my detachment, Adam. Guess my detachment.
It raises some icky questions, right? Is this on purpose? And he intends to chase his detachment based on the matchup?
That is actually, I hate thinking that.
Yeah, I hate thinking that as well. But when you do not list he didn't even list his army. We know it's Chaos Space Marines, but he does no detachment, no enhancements, no nothing. And it is like he's got Huron, Masters of the Maelstrom, and then just good stuff like Chosen and bits and pieces. And so he could play it in like 5 different detachments.
That's
and yeah, so it is something everyone should avoid.
That is, yeah. Be aware of that for sure.
I'm not going to tell you who this person is. It does not really matter, and I'm betting, almost guaranteeing that is not their intent. But that is why we do not do that.
Exactly.
That is why we do not do that. Anything here surprising to you?
Yeah, the Hurons Marauders being a lot lower representation than I expect them to. Like being beaten by Packbot on this train doesn't really surprise me. Being beaten by Renegade Raiders does, though.
Yeah, Renegade Raiders being number 2 is surprising to me. It is like the baseline all comers good.
It is.
I can't decide which meta I need to tech for detachment, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's, I mean, if people don't know,
I'm not saying it's wrong. Like I do think that's actually the right decision in this kind of like where the meta we're in and the tables that we're in and the missions that we're playing. I just felt like Hurons Marauders, maybe because it's the new hotness and it has been doing very well from what I've been seeing, although it does have some matchups that get really, really sketchy based on your build. Renegade kind of alleviates them. Maybe Hurons is just better for teams. I think that's more what I'm thinking. Hurons is a much better team list.
It's also my issue with Hurons Marauders, especially in this meta, is that it is a merely pressure army with no fly access, so it just gets move blocked. Especially like the games that I've seen where Hurons Marauders have struggled the most have been against things like Tau and Guard, where they throw out a unit to cordon off one portion of your pressure and then blow the hell out of the next so I'm gonna move block and destroy, and the next turn I'm gonna move block and destroy, and then I'm gonna move block and destroy.
You know what deals with move blocking other than ignoring with the fly? Yeah, mortal wounds in the movement phase. I've heard that works.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would do?
Never heard of.
There's a couple of games that I've gone into. It's like, I don't know, man. Your army's really move blockable. Like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, time to pick some winners. There's still 3 undefeated Blood Angels, so Paul's getting Blood Angels.
Yeah, that's fair.
We do get a bunch of foreknowledge.
If we didn't know the stats at this point, I'd say give him a Starties, but no, he's got 3 Blood Angels. He's good to go.
He's got 3 Blood Angels, mate. Yeah. He's getting them. We do have a bit of foreknowledge of what is undefeated after 3 rounds of play. So what would you like, mate? You're going to back the one of the 3 Tyranid players?
Why not? I'm already here. Let's go. Tyranids all the way.
Let's do it. I'm going to be silly. I'm backing one of the IK players. There's still 4 undefeated. I got to do it.
You should have been picking the Grey Knights. Come on, Adam. What's wrong with you?
Nah, the Imperial Knights having 4 there, and that's backing me saying what I was going to do. I'm going to pick either CK or IK as my default for the next 12 months.
You did say that. Okay.
I did.
Fair.
All right, into our next event. This is the Sheffield GT from, I guess, Sheffield in England. 243 players over 7 rounds, mate. What are we going to say?
In the Imperial Superfaction, there are 5 Sisters of Battle, 16 Custodes, 3 Admech, 18 Astra Militarum, 6 Grey Knights, and 7 Imperial Knights. Space Rangers, 23 Starties, 10 Dark Angels, 6 Space Wolves, 13 Blood Angels, 3 Black Templar, 2 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 9 Chaos Space Marines, 6 T-Suns, 11 Death Guard, 9 World Leaders, 2 Emperor's Children, 7 Demons, and 3 Chaos Knights. Numbers on Chaos actually seem kind of low. Wow. Xenos, there's 17 Necrons, 16 Orcs, 12 Tau, 13 Votan. Holy crap. Xenos surrounded force. Hive Mind, there's 5 Tyranids and 8 G's in their call. We outnumber the Nids. That's amazing.
You're doing it.
We're doing it. Eldari, there's 5 Drakari and 7 Eldari, meaning the factory podium. As depth to start, he's topping it off once again at 23. But Astra Militarum eking it out over the Necrons with 18. Necrons right behind them with 17. And then Orcs tying Custodes in 4th place with 16. Votan and Blood Angels pulling up 5th place with 13.
So a little bit of a cliff between Astartes and Astra Militarum, which should be no surprise to anybody. No. Five players in differential there. But then a beautiful step down after that, 18 to 17 to 16 to 13. Absolutely fantastic. You're absolutely right. The Xenos numbers are buck wild, and the Chaos numbers are on decline.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 UKTC events, the Chaos numbers are absolutely on the decline across the board, which is surprising, especially for the Chaos Space Marine numbers.
Death Guard outnumbering them here. Tying the
exactly.
World Eaters, like that's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. The Xenos numbers are absolutely bonkers, though. Like, yeah, absolutely bonkers.
That is
if we have
a lot.
Yeah, it is. Custodius Ashmil time holding it up from the Imperial side of things. Blood Angels being the second most taken. Astarte is no surprise on the new UKTC formats. And yeah, just kind of is what it is. It looks pretty good. In saying that, I have done the Adeptus Astartes detachment breakdown for this one. Which is a little on the surprising side on a couple of things. Not for the first 2. Obviously not. Everyone can pick what the first.
It's the same one. The same.
Yeah, it's the same list. So of the 23 in attendance, we have 9 Blades of Ultramar and 6 Gladius Task Force. Then we have 3 Forge Father Seekers, 3 Shadow Mark Talon, 1 Hammer of Averni, and 1 Spearpoint Task Force. So that being, the bottom, the 4 on the bottom there is literally Salamanders, Raven Guard, Iron Hands, and White Scars. So happy to see they're getting taken, but man, like the there's more Blades of Ultramar than the rest put together that aren't Ultramarines. It's just lame. It's just boring.
It's lame. I'm not gonna lie. Like Shadow Mark Talon has a good play. The Hammer detachment is actually pretty good. I played it the other day. I actually really like that list.
Well, I on one of my other podcasts, Art of War, I have just done an interview with, is it Ben Neal?
Yep.
Who took Hammer of Averni to win the Colorado Cup.
That's right.
From Green Banner a couple of weeks ago. And man, when he was describing his list, I was like, wow, this is like super Custodes. Like this is like the Custodes build, but it slams. It's somewhere between Custodes and Blade of Ultramar, in that it has like 4 to 5 quality tanks and then just freaking chunk. Chunk, bodies, all hard to kill. Having access to minus damage and AOC together is just crazy on Terminator chassis. And yeah, so it's doing pretty good. The one I'm still really, really high on and am going to continue to be in this current metagame is Forge Father Seekers. I think that is one of the sleepers. You want to dome Catan, you want to butcher Catan, like Forge Father Seekers does it and makes it look easy. Like when one unit of like 10 Infernus Marines with Vulcan just like spikes and domes a Catan on mortal wounds, you're just going to be like, yeah, why wasn't I doing this all along? Yeah, why wasn't I doing this all along?
That definitely is a good Eddie Satan tech. They're starting to be a bit on the decline, though. Satans, I mean, like that's obviously all the way out there. You need to be ready to beat them, but most people aren't spamming as many anymore because they're finding that people are outscoring me.
Yeah. It's 2. 2 is the correct number.
2 is the number, yeah.
There is even cases that if you're playing some versions like Cursed Legion, for example, where Necrosaur is very much incentivized, you take 1 and him, and he's your pseudo second. Even in Awakened Dynasty, because Necrosaur gets 2 lives, I'm of the opinion especially in teams, when you can pivot and play into monophase damage at dealing armies, he's better than a Catan because he gets to live twice. And has low knock protection as well. And that to me seems quite cute. But yeah, the rest of this is, I'm kind of surprised to see like 3 Shadow Marks, but not that surprised.
No, I'm surprised to see them instead of just using Gladius, to be honest. Like it's so good, and I like the flavor of it. But
it's good. It has it's one of the few, and this is weird to say, it's actually one of the few Space Marine detachments that struggles into stat checks. Most Space Marine detachments get around stat checks by simply pointing and saying oath. But then when you've got Shadow Mark Talon, what are you have no dev sense anymore. What are you killing the thing you point at with?
Yeah.
In my build, it's Inceptors. And Inceptors, with plasmas into -1 damage, kind of get a bit.
Yeah.
They hit and miss pretty hard.
They definitely do. Yeah.
All right. On that note, it's time to break down one list. This is the top placed player who isn't Max Burlove who's just playing Necrons. So I wasn't going to break down a Necron list. So the third ranked player in the ITC in the UK is Nintendo's Christopher Langton. He's playing Chaos Demons, the Demonic Incursion. And this is, I think, a very good list in the meta at the moment. He's got Be'lakor, Great Unclaimon with the Endless Gift, Lord of Change with the Everstave, then Kairos, which is a different take than we've seen in a bunch of others, and Scarbrand. So usually those four, the Be'lakor, GUO, the Lock, and Scarbrand are the ubiquitous four bigs that usually take. And usually we don't see a fifth big. Or if it is a fifth big, it's a regular kind of Lock, or it is another Bloodthirster. Sorry. So having the fifth big is, I guess, Chris's special sauce, and having the Vectora and the CP regen from Kairos, I think, is a good take. And then he's got 2x10 Plague Bearers, 5 Flesh Hounds, and 2 single beasts of Nurgle to round things out. So really low to the ground on utility units, and he's going to have to make the point scoring work for him. But he's got 5 very good bigs.
Yeah, for sure. I still like the Demonic Incursion as more all-rounders. I think people are going to start pivoting away from scintillating, not just because of the nerfs, but because people are starting to learn how to play against scintillating. Like if you, and especially with all the high pressure melee, because that's their biggest weakness, if you just press into them, they usually can't dig out. Demonic Incursion, like a list like this, they can dig out pretty good.
So I'm of the opinion scintillating wasn't that good anyway. I'm of the opinion scintillating was good because of the symptom of the meta it came out into, where Catan had come out and destroyed all the melee pressure armies out of the meta. Emperor's Children couldn't hang, Blood Angels couldn't hang. So many of these I'm gonna rush you down and put the pressure on your armies just got pushed out by Catan because they couldn't hang. They couldn't do it. They couldn't deal with 3 Catan, let alone 1 or 2 at times. Emperor's Children can't deal with 1. Like, can't cope with 1 freaking Catan. You can throw almost your whole goddamn army at it, and as long as you can't shoot 3 units of Noise Marines to half kill it before you go in, and they have 2 CP, you are cooked. You cannot do anything to a Nightbringer. Yeah. It's terrible. And so Scintillating Legion came out into a meta that didn't have any melee pressure armies, really, at the top tables. And so it looked a lot better than I believed it was.
Now,
still very good, but I don't believe it warranted the nerfs that it got. Sure, Puppeteer. Change the Puppeteer, but the points changes could go away.
So I still maintain that Scintillating might actually be the best teams list for demons, because you make that the pairings princess and you will get 20s out of that into the right matchups every time. Like it bullies certain lists, but because, like you're saying, it has those bad matchups, singles is not worth it, and it needs to be a pairing princess in order to actually get the good matchup. Yeah, I still think it needs protection, but it's worth it, I think.
I agree. Anyway, time to pick some winners for Sheffield. How many Blood Angels have we got? Oh, we're gonna be nice. Actually, no, Blood Angels made the faction podium.
Yeah, they're up there. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. What would you like, Dusty?
I will take. I could take CSM.
Nice. I'm gonna play the Necrons.
That's fair.
I want some points. This month. Where this is the last chance to score points this month, and it's not close. On that note, do we have a Fuego?
Oh, of course we do.
Let's do it. So after we've gone through all our crunchy bits and pieces, gone through the stats, delved into the minds of the great players in attendance, we have a palate cleanser segment, which we call the Fuego Rapido, which can have, and usually does have, nothing to do with Warhammer. We've been going through a chain of trying to decide and narrow down what is the best video game of all time. We're either going to be on that journey or something else completely.
We can't do that without Paul. We can't do that without Paul.
No, we can't.
And so we had some pretty spicy things to talk about. Shut up, Innes. You're not playing GSC, are you? No, you're not. There's no way you're playing GSC. We're not picking you. If you're not playing GSC, I'm not picking you. But no,
he's probably playing Deathwatch.
Deathwatch. Oh yeah.
Let me have a look. I'll have a look.
You have a look. But I'll talk about today's theme, because today's theme is going to be the 11th reveals and model reveals, because we have to talk about that because it just happened. So the Fuego is based on that. So we're actually 40K themed today. That's good, right?
Wow.
We did it. It's rare. So, first up.
I was playing Tau. The loose unit.
What? Just because you love the Twin Lance? What? Okay. Yeah, no. Sorry, Innes.
Good luck. He's playing Monkar. He's got a Enforcer Commander with Strategic Conqueror, Crete Warshaper, Strike Swiftly, and the Twin Lance, the best unit in the game. Big unit of broadsides. It's got double broadsides. It's got fire knife team. That is the missile pod team. 10 crew, 2x5 crude hounds, 10 pathfinders, 10 pathfinders, 10 pathfinders. Of course, they're so good. Triple riptide, 2 units of stealth suits, and a unit of Esprit. Yeah, it's a good list.
Yep, good list. So
what do you want from us in this? It's a good list. Good for you.
Good list.
Good for you. Go on.
You're going to do great. You're going to podium.
He's going to do great.
All right. So the first one of the Fuego is the best model reveal.
Hal's shooting castle is the best model reveal. It totally is. That model is hilarious.
It's Red Terror. Come on, man. Do Red Terror. I know I'm biased, but that Red Terror model is actually
I'm sorry, the model is not that good. Like,
I don't care.
It's amazing to have the Red Terror back, but the model isn't like
I don't care
that much better than the Hyper Adapters.
Oh, I'm not saying the model is better. I'm just excited that it's back because I was so mad when he went to Legends. I was so mad, and especially when they get the new Raveners. Like, well, but Red Terror.
I didn't think we were going because of the new Raveners. I did not think we were going to get him back.
That's what I thought too. I thought that was it. Because I was actually remodeling my Red Terror to be the leader of like the hyper adapted, the whatever they would call, just the hyper adapted leader. I guess I can't remember what it's actually called. But yeah. But now he's back. But it looks. The base is different, so I gotta see what he's like. I'm curious, but he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah. I do like Hal's shooting castle. I do love those. I want something to do with those in the old world. I don't know what it is, but that model is sick. The new Orc Boy as well on the bike.
Actually, that in terms of what models that look the best, I like the Orc Boy on the bike. That actually looks pretty sick. That looks pretty sick.
That model is going to get broken off that freaking base.
For sure. For sure.
Oh my god. Yeah.
that looks like a pre-converted model, and it's going to break every time.
I do not think there's any safe way to transport that model.
Nope. It has to go in the same place you put like the Incarn or something spindly like that.
I assume it's on the same base as like the trike. So it's like a.
Was it? Is it that big?
I guess it's looks wider than a bike base, but we'll see.
Maybe it's the same one as like Mozrog or something.
Mozrog is on a circle. That was an oval, right?
He is an oval then. He is an oval. I couldn't tell. Okay, well. So there's a couple cool ones then. The most unnecessary model.
I mean, quite a bit of. I am a guard player, and quite a bit of the guard stuff was unnecessary.
Thank you. See, as a GSC player, I'm sitting there like, why are guard getting more vehicles? Can we at least get one of the vehicles that we stole at this point? Like another one of the vehicles that we stole? Come on.
So
looks like I stole it.
And my issue with it is like them doing more stuff with the Taurox chassis rather than doing more stuff with the Chimera chassis or making a brand new chassis that looks better than the Taurox chassis, which doesn't look good, is bothersome to me, despite me thinking most of the models are fantastic.
The Chimera chassis has a lot of stuff already with it, all right?
It does.
It's fine. It's fine. But
there's
they really need more vehicles. Guard needs more vehicles like GSC need more characters. All right. That's the comparison. And it's just
so I actually like what they've done with the gun, with the wheeled gun tank. Because there's a gap in the range, because you have gun wise, you go from Scout Sentinel to like Taurox Prime, and Chimera, and then there's a big gap between like the Taurox Prime and the Lehman Russ. Mm-hmm. And so having something sit between those two makes sense to me. But then having another transport that just looks like it's going to be an open top Chimera with bad guns, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, to be real, like I play Brood Brothers, so like, cool, it's probably going to be some new units for my army. I'll try out, but I'm not happy about it because they're not real.
Yeah. Anything else unnecessary? I don't know.
In terms of 40K, because I'm not a fan of like I don't collect the big busts and stuff. So I mean, I saw the cool Mephisto, and I'm like, oh, they're getting a new model. Like, oh, never mind, it's a bust or.
Dude, it's freaking sick though.
No, it looks cool. That's why I was excited. Oh, that looks awesome, but oh, never mind. I'm not gonna get that. I can't put that on the table.
Yeah.
Next up, the best revealed rule of 11th.
So I need to tread carefully here, obviously. Let me just go to the article and see what they actually told us.
I could send you there's a bunch of posts.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
There's a couple.
Them talking about the army building is very interesting. Where there's a lot of stuff that confuses me on face value right now, and probably confuses a lot of people. Where your detachments are still going to be legal, but what you put in your detachments will apparently unlock the missions you get to play.
Yes, I actually I don't fully understand it, but I really like the sound of it. I liked how that sounds.
There's another overlay in mission building where sure, here's your detachment and here's what you're available in your detachment, but then if you put this exact stuff in your detachment, which just sounds like what they're doing, like it's mini what were they called in 7th edition? Oh man.
Oh,
Decurions. Yeah, they're also called detachments. If you build another detachment into your detachment, you'll get more detachment, and then your detachment while you detachment to get your missions. It sounds convoluted, so not that one.
Not that one, but the idea of it, if it's done right, it could be cool. I like the idea of it. I think the one that was revealed that I am really happy about is no more stacking strats. Just one strat per phase on a unit. I like that. Because
I like that.
This stacking shit's got to stop. Like it's just it's too much.
My favorite is cover affecting their hit roll, not affecting the armor save.
Oh yeah, I like that actually. I like that too.
Yeah.
To be honest, the majority of the rules that I've heard from the reveal, I like.
My issue is
because the next one is going to be the bad one. Don't worry. If you don't,
they have told us in this. They said we're going to be keeping our codexes, which means we're keeping all our rerolls and all our damage. And I'm not sure minus to hit's going to change diddly shit because everything hits and everything wounds.
Like I got a lot of my army that has stealth and it hasn't mattered much. I can tell you that.
Yeah, everything rerolls to hit. Everything gets +1 to wound or rerolls to wound or lethal or sus or whatever. So I'm not sure that's going to matter. So we'll see.
We'll see. But on that subject, the worst revealed rule of 11th.
I just said it with the detachments for the detachments only because I'm confused by it. It feels overwhelming at this stage, and so. But I'm sure it's not
details on it, right? So I'm not sure about it. If it's done right, it could be cool. But 7th is the only other time that I like from what they're describing that they've done it before, and it was not done well. So we'll see.
I can tell you what the feel bad is.
Okay.
Objective markers going away. No more circles. From a visual standpoint and from a commentator and a caster, I love it. The games are going to look more clean. It's going to look better. I'm not going to have to explain what the dinner plates on the table are to new players who come in and watching my stream. But at the same time, I own like 12 sets of the damn things. It's like a couple of $100 just down the drain.
Definitely feels bad. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. I want to see how it plays out. It'll be easier. I think it'll actually be easier to set up tables and it'll be less confusion around some things in terms of holding objectives. There's just the area of terrain piece, but we'll have to see what that is. I think my least favorite of the revealed stuff so far, I hate, and I think I'm going to use the word hate. I hate rolling a charge before declaring where it's going. I hate that.
Is that what they said?
That's what they said, yes.
Okay.
They said you don't declare, like you declare a charge, you roll the charge, but then you determine where you go.
Yeah. So it's back to how it was in 8th edition?
Yeah.
Where you just roll the dice and then pick your poison?
Yep. I don't like that. I really don't.
Yeah.
See, if they're going to do things like that, I think they need to go to the fantasy style and just you roll. If you fail, whatever one you declared it on, you move that many inches towards that unit. Because it always drives me nuts thinking in my head, like, hey, my guys are charging, and then they fail, so they just stand there. And like thinking in my head, how does that? I don't understand how that happens.
So I'm of the opinion they're going to be doing, they've said they're going to be revamping terrain, which I'm hoping means we have less terrain on tables and there's some mechanic that helps you not get blown up from gun. But I'm of the opinion they need to put some power into the fight phase because the shooting phase has been dominant this edition, kind of undeniably. And we've had to cover like more than a third of the physical space on tables with terrain new to the shooting phase.
Some of the things they've been saying, they actually are doing some cool things with the shooting. With if you haven't shot or something when you're in terrain, then you have a lone op outside of
you get like a lone op.
That's cool. I like that because that means cool. Even especially if terrain's going to be the objective, because that means now if you're a shooting arm, you can't just stay 72 inches back and shoot me on an objective. You've got to come close.
Here's the terrifying bit about that. Doesn't that, in your opinion, just supercharge melee units much more? Because yeah, cool. I advanced into the terrain.
Well, you wanted to make them stronger. That's one way to do it.
I am moderately like durable, and you have the choice with your gun line of moving closer to the aggressive army in order to interact with it, or moving away and not influencing the table stakes. And so it's an interesting dichotomy they're going to be putting in place, if that is how it plays out.
But I kind of like that idea, and I'm playing an army that could do both. Neither one of them exceedingly well, but can do both. So I'm not a Tal player, so I'm not going to speak to that. But they have twin lens now, so you're fine. You're fine.
All right, what's next?
The last one is overall thoughts on 11th based on what we've seen. So
I'm positive. I'm ready for change. I don't know how I know so many people who have loved 10th edition. I find 10th edition a little bit dull.
It's because we've been playing it for a while. Like, it's been solved. It's been solved for a while. I think that's
it boils down to too many play patterns for me that don't really alter, especially in singles play. I think 10th edition has been way better for teams play than it has been for singles play, where singles play is literally, did I disrupt your objective once more than you disrupted mine?
I have not.
The game bubbles down to so often.
I have not enjoyed singles for many a year now, so I'm hoping maybe 11th will be able to kind of ignite that a little bit, because I do enjoy going to the singles tournaments. I just haven't enjoyed playing singles games because it's just, like you said, it comes down to one interaction. Like, did I stop it? Cool.
Yeah.
You know, the winner also by turn 2.
Yeah, I've got some bugbears about 10th edition as well. I don't like reactive moves that are just move within 9, get a reactive. I actually think that's a terrible mechanic in a game. I don't mind blood surges, or you got shot and you can reactive, or you fell back from me and I can reactive. I love all those versions, but just to move between 9 and I get to move, I think it's a terrible mechanic in the game, and I want that gone.
Yeah, this is probably an unpopular opinion now, but I hate just deep striking within 9. I really miss scattering when you come in from deep strike. I think that was one of the most fun mechanics. Like blast can die in a fire. I enjoyed it, but I get why it's gone. But scattering from deep strike, I think, was one of the most fun mechanics we had, because you couldn't just go, I'm just going to deep strike within 9. It's like, no, I'm going to deep strike an inch away from you and hope I roll that target lock, you know? Like, it was so much more fun that way. But I get why it's gone. I'm just saying, just deep striking within 9, it rubs me the wrong way. Yeah. And I'm a very heavy deep strike army too, so like, that's saying something.
Any more?
Nope, that's it.
That's the end of our show today, guys. Go and catch some Adepticon goodness. Good luck at anybody who's playing at any of the amazing events this week. Good luck to you, Inez, if you're still in chat. Hopefully the Tau, you're probably going to do pretty well. Anyway, and enjoy the events. If you're out there, enjoy some 40K. We do have a new edition on the freaking way, and if it drops when it usually drops, we're about 3 months left of 10th edition before it is all said and done. Go over and check out some coverage. Go over and enjoy some 40K. I love you all. Thank you so much for your incredible support. Dustin, get us out of here.
All right, we'll see you later, everybody. Enjoy the games this weekend, and we'll see you next week.